Salaam, but you are located abroad. So I would like to say Karibu. Second, I want to say thank you for coming. Bila nyinyi pasingekuwa na kitu. Normally you say shughuli ni watu na watu ndio nyinyi. Tumesema tunataka nyumba shughuli ni watu na watu ndio nyinyi. Bila nyinyi singekuwa na shughuli. Introduction zimetolewa, lakini ningependa kutambua uwepo wa countries na CF, kapinga wa Kenya, kapinga wa Tanzania, wa Uganda. Ningependa kutambua uwepo wao. Ningependa pia kutambua uwepo wa rais wa kwanza au country wa kwanza Tanzania. Kwanza napenda kutambua tuna watu ambao wanabeba mjini WBA. Kwa hiyo naomba niwataje. We have someone who is called Joyce and Stephanie, but we join us later. But also tuna director wa Zanzibar Institute of Education, Mr. Albert. Tuna director wa TAI pia, sister institution Tanzania Institute of Education atakuja baadaye, lakini tuna executive director of haki elimu and RELI country host mwingine ambaye anakwenda mjini na ndio mpaka leo tumetimiza miaka 5. Wahadhiri kama mimi wamemtaja Dr. Yena, wamemtaja Dr. Konongwa, pia kuna walimu na wanafunzi na rehema, naomba pia nisiwe mwizi wa fadhila kwa kuwataja. Naomba timu leader ya RELI Tanzania tafadhali nisimame timu leader. Faraja ametohudhuru, atakuja kesho, lakini tuna team leaders, lakini tuna values and life skill wa watu. Maudhui yetu ya kutana au naweza kusema maudhui yetu ya session hii ni RELI F5. Tumetimiza miaka 5 tangu RELI ianzishwe. Najua watu wengi wanajiuliza RELI ni nini, na natamani wasimamishe wale ambao hawajui RELI hata kidogo. Wanaweza kujafanya wakajisomea RELI nini, lakini kwa ufupi tu waonyeshe kwa Kiswahili kwa sababu ya wanafunzi ambao wapo. RELI ni mtandao wa kuchagiza elimu. Mimi naomba nibadilishe, ni mtandao wa kuchagiza elimu. Tuna RELI ipo, tuna RELI Afrika, lakini kuna RELI Tanzania, RELI Kenya na RELI Uganda. Na kama tulivyotambulishwa awali, RELI Tanzania tuna viongozi wakuu, lakini pia tuna watu ambao wanatusaidia tayari nimetambulisha. na sisi ni mtandao mkubwa kabisa Afrika, na tunachotaka ni watoto wetu waweze kupata elimu bila ya kubaguliwa. Sio dini, sio rangi, sio uwezo wao au chochote. Tuna habari zetu, naomba mtazisoma baadaye au tunaziita tunu, tutazisoma baadaye. Nimekuwa ni darasani nimesema wote tunyanyuke kufanya dialogue, alafu tuangalie habari zetu. Na hizo habari tutaendelea kuziishi tukiwa hapa. Lakini kwa vile tutakuwa postatu tutaweza kuziishi. Natamani kauli yetu ingekuwa hali imebadilika, lakini haijabadilika. Naomba nisome. Our theme is RELI 5 years, learning from the past to inform the future of education for children. Kama nilivyosema, tumeanza tangu 2017 na leo ni 2022. Wapo ambao wameiona RELI tangu inazaliwa mpaka ilifikia hapa ilipo. Kama ilikuwa mtoto angekuwa na umri wa miaka 5, lakini mambo ambayo tumeweza kufanikiwa na kufanikisha Tanzania na nje ya Tanzania ni makubwa sana. Kwa hiyo tutakuwa hapa kushuhudia mambo mengi ambayo tumefanya kwa kipindi cha miaka 5. Na malengo yetu makuu ni matatu. Naomba kitabu sio tu imekuwa printed, lakini tuitumie malengo yetu labda kwenye ukurasa wa mwisho kabisa. Sisi tunasema salama hivi. Ukurasa wa mwisho kabisa kabla hujafika mwisho hapa. Wapi tuliko mwisho? Tumeweka malengo yetu matatu muhimu sana. La kwanza, textbook for 5 years, RELI journey and deep learning for collective impact. Kama nilivyosema, tumeanzishwa miaka 5. Kwa hiyo tuna wajibu wa kukaa chini na kutafakari na kuangalia safari yetu. Safari ni safari. Mimi napenda neno safari. Safari kawaida inakuwa sio tambarare. Safari ina mabonde na milima, lakini mwisho wa siku unaelekea kule ambapo unataka. Kwa hiyo tutafanya jambo hilo kwa kwanza, textbook for 5 years. What have done? What have achieved together? Na hii sio safari, hatuwezi kusema kwamba safari hii ni yetu pekee. Tumeweza kufanikisha kwa sababu tumefanya kwa pamoja. Lakini la pili, kwa kuwepo hapa na walimu hapa, tunataka mzungumze, mjadiliane, kubadilishana mawazo. Kwa hiyo lengo la pili la hiki au mkutano au msafara huu is to have a dialogue on the status of education in Tanzania with policy makers, educators, learners, teachers, key strategic issues. Kwa hiyo kama mlivyoona, kuna mchanganyiko wa watu wengi, kuna wazazi, kuna wanafunzi, kuna walimu, kuna wahadhiri, kuna watengeneza sera, kuna wataalamu na mashirika ya serikali. Sote tumekusanyana hapa ili tubadilishane mawazo na tuweze kujadiliana kwa kila kuhusiana na hili. And the third one is the second priority is RELI moving forward in the next 3 years. Tunataka baada ya kutathmini na kutafakari au kufanya tafakuri, tunataka kuangalia sasa tunaelekea wapi katika kipindi cha miaka 5. Na tutaangazia maeneo yetu. Tumetaja maeneo: policy influence, transforming members of organization, and sharing evidence and generating evidence. Sawa jamani? Kwa hiyo baadaye pia kwa status ambazo tutakuwepo hapa, tutataka kuweka mikakati yetu au vipaumbele vyetu, wapi tunataka kuelekea kwa kipindi cha miaka 3 na maeneo hayo yatatajwa. Basi baada ya kuelezea objectives au malengo ya kikao hiki, pia kuna matarajio. Bila shaka you as our visitors, when you came here, you had expectations. So someone else maybe will prepare 3 expectations. And maybe on the last day we want to see how we met those expectations or not. But our objective, as I have said, and I would want to say, to endelea na expectations.
influence policy change. Tuko katika kipindi kizuri sasa hivi, tunatafuta sheria, tuna reforms za dharura na mambo mengi yanaendelea. Tukiangalia sisi kama RELI, how have we engaged in the process and what are the future opportunities for the engagement so that we can make a very big impact katika change ambazo zinaendelea. Kwa hivyo niseme kwamba naamini mkutano huu utakuwa na mambo mazuri ambayo yataendelea hapa. Ikiwa tunaweza kudominate mambo mengi sana na tutapata na zetu, lakini ambayo yatawezesha kuangalia how we move forward from here.
Asante sana na Mwazalia kwa moyo wako na kusikia neno muhimu sana. Naomba sana nipatie details ili tuchukue tuweze kufanya matarajio na matarajio yetu. Naona tutafanya shughuli sawa. Asante sana na Tanzania. Asante sana kwa Mwazalia kama tunashukuru kwa
Matarajio safi. Haya, kuona policy makers wanapofanya kazi katika kuendeleza elimu. Tarajio langu la kwanza hilo. Kujifunza kutokana na vilivyopita, kujifunza vitu vipya. Kujifunza zaidi kazi za klasta mbalimbali kwa miaka mitano, kufahamu mambo mazuri yajayo. Matarajio ya mwingine anasema kujifunza vitu tofauti kutoka kwa memba wa grupu nyingine na kujifunza njia tofauti katika kutatua matatizo na kuboresha mambo ya elimu. Kuona RELI inaweza kufikia wanafunzi kuboresha elimu mashuleni na kuwa na elimu bora. Kujua miaka mitano ya RELI iliyopita, kupata nao leaders, kula, kucheka na kufurahi. Mbona mnanena? Elimu iboreshwe na ifike kote bila mipaka. Kujifunza jinsi mashirika ya RELI yalivyofanya kazi kwa muda wa miaka mitano. kujifunza safari ya RELI Tanzania pamoja na wengine, ikiwemo ile safari kutathmini kazi zilizofanya katika RELI kwa miaka 5 iliyopita, kuchangia mpango au vision ya maendeleo kwa mwendelezo wa kazi za RELI. Asante sana. Makofi. Asante sana Sofia Mbwa. Tunaenda kwa matarajio kwa Kiingereza.
Thank you. This is a conclusion for those who don't understand Kiswahili. The person that understands how RELI is engaging in policy in Tanzania, how RELI will work for registration, agree on how best RELI Tanzania can engage to influence current reforms on curriculum and education policy, to understand and share different learnings achieved during 5 years of RELI, to come up with key future priorities of RELI, to improve education system in the African countries, to improve relationship among teachers and parents on improving Tanzania education, learn about the RELI journey, learn how we are going to connect current evidence to future programs, connect with like-minded individuals and organizations, and figuring out RELI Tanzania's strategic direction for the next 5 years, to get my hands dirty and have fun. I love this one. Understand the role of RELI Tanzania members in influencing teaching and learning for the 5 years. Understand the future strategic direction of RELI Tanzania. To learn more about RELI from others. To meet and network with RELI Tanzania members. To learn about the Tanzania journey 5 years. What are the lessons and room for growth. To explore or know more how RELI Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda collaborate to enhance learning for the children of East Africa, connecting and learning from members, leads, and country facilitators who work and others work, learn more about the work of the values and life skills thematic group, to make a favorable environment in every education institute, to learn inclusive and engaging practices that will improve access to learning content and resources for all. Come up with clear documentation of RELI Tanzania achievements and impact for the last 5 years. Refresh on all that is happening with other organizations. To advocate at high level policy implementation, to learn from each other, to share experience. Networking and planning together, to learn and network. RELI achievements for the last 5 years, RELI challenges for the last 5 years, RELI dreams for the coming years. Networking, understand the future of RELI for 3 years. To learn about the RELI Tanzania strategy, a lot of fun. To learn and network updates on educational progress for 5 years. To learn 5 years key achievements, lessons and challenges, the way forward for the coming years. To identify synergies we can explore together. To learn what RELI has achieved since its establishment and the challenges encountered. To develop the way forward for RELI's future. Re-examine RELI vision. Getting RELI leaders who will fit into the current amazing leaders who will be leaving, getting a clear picture of the way forward for RELI after the 5 years good work, to see what are the opportunities that the RELI members can take to the organizations, how RELI documents evidence of best practice for RELI's members' initiative, to see capable leaders elected to take RELI to the next level, learning experience from others on education, sharing my organizational experience, flashback of our efforts to ensure inclusive learning to all children, to be able to tell what we have achieved so far as RELI in our country and what we are planning to achieve in 5 years to come, to 2027, what we really need to do for the next step in learning for our children, learning from fellow organizations, sharing experience. Done.
Wow! changamoto mojawapo kutoa fund. Kundi la pili, kuna watu wanatarajia kufanya tathmini of evaluation of 5 years and to plan way forward.
Evaluation oye!
Kundi la tatu, kuna watu wamejikita zaidi katika kujifunza. They have come here to learn. Lakini kundi la nne wamejikita zaidi katika kuangalia jinsi gani tutaboresha uelewa na kufanya kazi kwa pamoja zaidi ya tunavyofanya sasa hivi. Kundi lingine ni watu ambao wana yaani moyo wanatamani kuanza uchaguzi wa kwa hiyo wanajenda sasa na yeye wanasema tunatamani pamoja tupate viongozi sasa mbele na viongozi tumejaa huko. RELI kwa inaendelea kwa RELI oye!
Yes. So thank you very much for that. Hopefully we are there for the next 3 days. And now we are running show plan. I'm going to get your so we are going to have an opening remarks. Time for speaking now. And Dr. Convening, actually, I want to take this position where I'm going to give you an opening remarks. Like Dr. Convening, you are the historian. So our opening remarks will be from one from our office, and the second one will be from our leaders from the government. The director of SAI will be opening remarks soon after our office has been ended. So the madam Patricia, they will take the podium right here, so that the visible and everyone can hear what they have prepared for us. Opening remarks will give you highlights and so many stuff here. So the madam, spend a lot of energy from them so that we can get them.
Asante. Nadhani nilipofanya utambulisho nilisema unaomba tunafika mjini. Sawa, wewe naomba na ndio maana nimepanda hapo kwenye stage. Kwa heshima na taadhima naomba nikaribishe hosti wetu Dr. Kalage tafadhali. Karibu sana na uambie bayo I'm so excited this morning to be here.
mbaya niliandaa brief remarks zangu kwa Kiingereza. Naomba ni deliver kwa Kiingereza, lakini pale nitakapoweza nitachanganya kidogo ili wale ndugu zangu, rafiki yangu modem kutoka Uganda ambako Kiswahili ndio kimepiga Amerika kule, afadhali wale wakina Margaret watajitahidi, lakini wale wa kule ilipiga Amerika, alafu ilipofika zaidi kaandikwa kabisa, angalau waweze kupata mambo matatu. But those who are seated next to the non-English speakers, kuna watoto wetu na nini, basi tutajaribu kuwaambia. Our guest of honor, Mr. Abdallah Musa, the director for Zanzibar Institute of Education, representatives from Ministry of Education, I'm sure that they are on the way. Director for Wellspring Philanthropic Fund, who is going to join us in the afternoon. So I want to recognize her presence in absentia. Our brothers and sisters from Uganda and Kenya, distinguished participants, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, habari za asubuhi. I have the honor to stand before you this morning to give a special remark at this important country convening of RELI, which is held here in Dar es Salaam. As a country host for RELI, I would like to welcome you all to this event where we are celebrating the 5th year of RELI. If it's a child, we would say that the child is passing over the risky period, which is 5 years. We know under 5 are very much at risk. So RELI has managed to survive for 5 years, and I believe now we are moving to the next level, which is a stability level in the life cycle of an organization. So let's give a clap to ourselves for celebrating. As you know, RELI was established in 2017 during a meeting that took place in Nairobi. So it's really pleasure to see that RELI is growing. I also want to welcome the policymakers who are here with us today. I want to welcome all participants who have traveled considerable distances to be here, like the one that I mentioned, a colleague from Uganda, a colleague from Nairobi, and I know even the RELI members from Tanzania, not all are residing in Dar es Salaam. We have others who have traveled almost 10 hours on the bus, and probably 2 hours if you have jumped in a flight. So thank you very much for honoring the invitation and for your decision to come and participate in our RELI country convening. I want to give a special thanks to the government officials, from both the Union Government of Tanzania and also the Zanzibar Revolutionary Government. Your presence here today is a clear demonstration that our government values the contributions of CSUs, the contribution of RELI in improving the quality of education in our country. So thank you very much, and let's give them a big clap. And also not only improving the quality, but also in our aspiration to ensure that we meet the Sustainable Development Goal, in particular goal number 4. I also want to thank you in absentia, to thank Wellspring Philanthropic Fund. Dada yetu mpendwa Joyce. When you talk about RELI, this is something which is at the heart of Joyce. They have given us generous financial support. They've given us all the technical support that we needed to ensure that RELI is meeting its objective for formulation. So wherever she is, I would like her to take our sincere appreciation for the support that she has accorded RELI and RELI partners. RELI is an exciting initiative which seeks to foster collaborative learning of the participating organizations that work to support initiatives of their respective government in addressing different challenges in the education sector by facilitating the exchange of information at country level and at regional level. To date, in Tanzania, we have about 20 organizations who are members of RELI. But I know also there are individuals who are participating in RELI. And today, this morning, we have more than 60 people who are here to participate in this 3 days event. As you know, education in East Africa region faces many challenges, and I don't like you wasting time mentioning them. We have been discussing about these, and we have been working towards addressing them. These challenges are so huge that we need everybody. We need the government, we need the civil society organizations, we need development partners to work together in addressing them. At the very moment when world leaders and CSO actors are gearing up for the Transforming Education Summit convened by the General Secretary of the United Nations in September this month, this country convening is organized at an appropriate moment to reflect on the status of education policies, education practices in Tanzania and also in East Africa. We recognize our government efforts in addressing the challenges in the education sector. CSUs who are participating in RELI are committed to work with the government in addressing these challenges. And since we officially launched RELI in July 2017, the education partners and RELI have benefited from numerous engagements, learning opportunities, and also from capacity building efforts, all aimed at improving education outcomes of learners in our countries. This year's convening aimed at achieving 3 main objectives. One, we want to take a stock of the 5 years journey and deepen learning for collective impact. Secondly, we need to have a dialogue on the status of education in Tanzania with the policymakers who are here today, educators and learners, including our students who have represented many students across the country, on key strategic issues in the sector. And third, we need to set priorities for really moving forward in the next 3 years, with a focus on policy influencing, with a focus on transforming member organization and evidence generation. Indeed, the platform offered by the convening allows us to share knowledge, expertise, and innovation on partner solutions that will contribute to enabling Tanzania and the other East African countries to transform their educations for the sustainable development. Such solutions should be aligned to the African Heads of State's vision Vision for Africa, which is commonly known as Agenda 2063, and the Africa we want. and also the Continental Education Strategy for Africa, which is common known or is abbreviated as CESA. As we search for solutions, we must ask ourselves these questions. One, what are the game changers and the transformative ideas that can accelerate progress towards fulfilling the national and the continental vision for education towards the Africa we want, the 2063 agenda. Two, we need to ask ourselves, what are the transformations we see to member organizations and individuals participating in RELI? We are not participating for the sake of participating. We really need to see transformations in our organizations and at the individual levels who are participating in contributing towards improving the quality of education in our countries. So we should ask ourselves, what are these transformations that we are seeing amongst the participating members and the organizations? We need also to ask ourselves, are we learning effectively? Are we making progress towards fulfilling the objectives of this network? That is a very key question that we should ask ourselves. But again, we should ask ourselves, are we taking advantage of technological advancement to ensure effective learning? I know COVID-19 has taught us that learning also can happen virtually. And sometimes the traditional ways of learning is for the people to meet, for the student to be in the classes, for the teacher to be in front of the students in order for learning to happen. But nowadays, we can take advantage of technology. Can we take advantage of technology to advance the learning of RELI? That's a key question that we need to discuss and probably take it into consideration. And again, I want us to ask ourselves that do we really understand? Do we really take advantage of the learning opportunity that has been created by this platform? Are we really learning? Or are we implementing activities like other organizations? I know the essence of formulation or establishment of RELI is to ensure that it becomes a hub for exchange of knowledge and information. It becomes a hub for us to learn. And I know there is a tendency that sometimes we believe that many learnings are coming from Western. But I have realized over these years that there's a lot that is happening on the global south, and especially from practitioners, but they are not very well documented, especially in peer-reviewed journals. There's so many things, so many good things. So we should make use of these platforms to ensure that we learn from practitioners, and especially from the global south. I'm not saying that we should not learn from our colleagues, but let's take those which are happening on the ground to inform our learning. That is quite critical. Now, as I finalize my remarks, I want to sincerely thank the outgoing RELI leaders. I know we have an election, we have the election in the third day, where we will be selecting leaders who will take us to the next 3 years. As the now let's see the board chair of RELI. I know many of you know that RELI has been registered for moment. And I think it is by the fact that we are there are people who really like what RELI is doing. But when they were asking us about the status of RELI, then they found that according to their principles, regulations, and laws, they cannot advance support RELI because RELI was not registered and was just a loose coalition of weak people. But now we have a full month, we'll be having our first retreat. Board retreat, but also, which also will involve RELI and lead and facilitators. We really need to discuss where are we taking RELI in the next 3 years. So my plea to you all that when we are in the election process, let's look for capable leaders who will succeed our capable leaders who have taken RELI to this level. I know that many people really glad when they saw her coming in, because she was the first lead, and during that time we were not even aware of where we were going. And then both took over from her, and then Sister Grace and Dr. Maria. So now we are thinking of getting other leaders. Let's take this opportunity seriously to ensure that we elect leaders who are capable and who are committed. Who are capable and who are committed. I know sometimes we like from the city and the bad city, and then we are ready to blame. But if you think that you can support the objectives, fulfill the objectives of the RELI, and you are capable, please let us hear from you. And I think all of us will be ready to give you votes for that. If we do that, we will see RELI is succeeding at both country level and at regional level. Having said those few remarks, I would like to wish you a lovely and productive 3 days of meeting here. Asante sana.
Haya, asante sana wawakilishi wala sitaki kuidadavua na kuchambua. Tutaendelea ili tusende muda, lakini wakati wa hapa tutaendelea kuchambua. Nadhani kampeni imeanza maneno haya, kwa hiyo meneja Safia mtendeko sasa mwanze tutatafuta tuangalia nani anafaa tutete katika next level. Sasa naomba nichukue fursa hii kumkaribisha mgeni wetu rasmi, mgeni adimu, naye kuja hapa kutuambia ambayo wametayarishia kwa ajili ya kuipeleka mbele. Naomba nichukue fursa hiyo kukaribisha mkurugenzi, uje tuambie hayo wametayarishia.
Technical Director at Convening and Academic Course, Dr. John Kalagi, Relevant Families, Dr. Mariam Ismail, and Sister Grace. Dr. Mariam who is staying here. Most of the explanation would be made with Madam Maria. I say I brought myself to be my teacher. I know some of you know, but some of you don't know the really of Dr. Maria, the secondary teacher. From the ministry here in Tanzania and Zanzibar government, all RELI Tanzania members, all RELI representatives from Kenya and Uganda, teachers, learners, invited, all protocols observed. I greet you in the name of the United Republic of Tanzania. Nasalimia kwa jina la Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania. I can also stand before this audience today, but it is fully dedicated to address the needs for improved learning outcomes for all children. I have been participating in RELI activities in different occasions, but this one is different. Really different. That's why we call it 5 years assessment activity. Thank you for the preparation. I had a chance to interact and meet with all building blocks of the network. I can see parents here, teachers, learners. I know from the speech that are curriculum developers around here, teacher trainers from different universities, and other friends from East African region. We had some integration with this team. I remember Zanzibar, here, Tanzania mainland. Most of the time, you invited me to the different occasions, and I stayed to discuss a lot of things based on life skill. So it's been a great opportunity for Zanzibar and Tanzania as well.
Life skill safi.
For this area, let us just give more explanation, because now here, Tanzania mainland and Zanzibar, we are on the process of development of the curriculum. We are reviewing our curriculum system, even the education system at all. So the initiative of life skill is just come to the right time. Why I'm saying this? Because we are not so far from the area of life skill in our curriculum. Whatever we like, whatever we are accepting or not accepting, but we don't need the curriculum that in a static way. We need curriculum that can help learner to learn practically. That's why he said this integration between CSOs like RELI and these government officials, institutions like Zanzibar Institute of Education and Tanzania Institute of Education, who are the lead of the curriculum changes in both Zanzibar and Tanzania mainland. Once when we meet and sit together, we can discuss a lot of things based on the issue of life skill. That's why we say this is the right time. So my recommendation to this area, please, really please, let's take this opportunity to spare our time to make sure that we change the system of education here in Tanzania. How can we change it? We can change the system once when we sit together discussing the education matters based on the focusing of our country right now. We have the curriculum, Zanzibar, Tanzania, East Africa. So let's sit together to harmonize the system. When you talk about the curriculum, you talk about the children to learn. What do you think? The opportunity that we have right now. Let's work with it. Now we need the person, we need the learner when she or he move. Zanzibar, Tanzania mainland, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, we almost the common issues based on the education. Regarding to this, many of the countries now look on the way of make their children lifelong learning. It's like here, the issue of life skill in our curriculum. We spare much time to produce the material. It's just looking, writing, putting the cupboard with no practice. This is the time. Let's prepare the document. After preparation of our document, for example, curriculum, we have to make sure that the curriculum that we produce is a flexible one, which is have a lot of information based on life skill learning. So, for this, when you just look on and assessing ourselves for the activities that we made for 5 years, let's say it together and plan for the next 5 years of the way that assessment is a part of learning for children. We understand that non-state actors have solid contribution in policy formulation, education performance monitoring, planning, advocacy for access, quality, equity in education for all children. This convening comes at a time, as I said, let us use this time properly. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a convening session which is organized by yourself that stakeholders made to reflect on their action and collaborative initiative to serve their respective communities and humankind. For this, always when I get the opportunity to stand with the parents, teachers, CSO members, always I've tried to emphasize them. Learning starting at home. Also, I'm taking this opportunity to repeat my statement. Learning always starts at home. That's why we said, when you're using the life skill, we have to look on the where can we change our children while are they at a school or starting at home. So we have to look on this area. If we plan for the issue of life skills,
let's associate children and parents to look on the very important part, home. Once when he or she transforming the education from home to school, if you plan for the advantages at the home, it will be an easier and a smooth transition of the learner to make sure that the things that we plan at the home, the same idea and learning, it will be transforming at a school level. So this is an opportunity now. We have to make more practicing for the parent, children, and all CSOs around. Sit together to make sure that we come up with a smooth transition of learners from home to school in the matter of life, life skill education. Again, because here we have the part of students who are mostly need more what we are saying. Nachukua nafasi hii kuendelea kuwahimiza wanafunzi na walimu kwa ujumla. Hakuna nafasi nyingine ya mabadiliko ya elimu Tanzania tukiacha nafasi hii sasa. Mabadiliko ya elimu yanakuja kila baada ya mahitaji au kipindi cha miaka 5 mpaka 10. Kwa hiyo uwepo wetu hapa kufanya assessment ya miaka 5 ambayo inaangalia life skill, na shauri sana, we need to come up with a fruitful ideas and commitment to the government ambayo inaweza ikapelekea kuingizwa moja kwa moja katika mitaala, kwa sababu this is the right time kwa ajili ya kufanya mabadiliko makubwa ya watoto wetu kwenye kujifunza. Nimezungumza hii, nimeiongelea kwa Kiingereza, narudisha kwa Kiswahili kwa ajili ya wanafunzi wetu waliokuweko hapa na walimu. Walimu ndio implementers wakubwa wa mitaala popote duniani, na wao ndio wanaofikwa katika kuchangia haya. Hawawezi kukaa kusubiri kuletewa, lakini nao washiriki kikamilifu kuhakikisha wanachokiona shuleni, wanachokiona nyumbani, wakifikishe katika kuonesha mabadiliko ya elimu katika nchi zao. Naomba hili sana tulichukulie nafasi kubwa sana kuhakikisha linaleta mabadiliko makubwa katika mfumo wetu wa elimu. When you just look at the idea, Zanzibar right now, we are moving. We are moving for the curriculum that we prepare from pre-primary to primary level. There in Zanzibar, we consider the issue of life skill education. We consider it very clear, starting from the children themselves to the teachers. So I take this opportunity again to emphasize this is a right place to give the explanation, to provide the ideas, and to provide the commitment to make sure that we pull it in our government system. After all, with a short opening remark, I wish all the best as you endeavor to take stock of what you have accomplished for the first 5 years, and looking forward to the deliberations to inform the future of learning for all children. I wish you good and smooth election. It will just, from my experience, for the team that I know, RELI team, you will come with a good leadership for the future. Thank you. Thank you a lot.
Asante kwa kusikiliza, natumai mmenakili na kuandika kwenye madaftari yenu, baadaye tutaendelea kujadiliana. Asante.
Asante sana Dr. Mariam kwa kutuongoza kwenye hizo session mbili nzito za ufunguzi. Tumepata maneno mazito ya kuweza kuyatafakari, kuyafanyia kazi na hatimaye kusonga mbele. Sasa unajua usipopata picha sasa hivi unaweza tukawakosa watu wengi sana. Tunataka tupate picha moja kubwa ya wote, alafu baada ya hapo tutakunywa chai, tutakuja kuendelea. Tutakuwa nyuma kidogo lakini not bad. Sorry. Sangapi? Sana dakika 56. Naomba tupige picha na kunywa chai saa 5:30 turudi hapa. Kwa hiyo watu wa picha mtuongoze ni wapi? Tutapata picha yetu ya pamoja. Camera please. Tunapata hapa ndani, tunapata nje. Watu wa kamera naomba haraka haraka tuambie tunapata wapi? Wapi? Utuelekeze kama unataka tuipate hapa ndani au nje. Nje ni nzuri, hapa ndani hatuwezi kupata picha kwa sababu ukumbi wetu una setup nyingi sana. Tupate pale mbele? Okay, basi tutoke wote, tuende hivi tukapate picha pamoja, tukirudi chai yetu ipo hapa ndani pale nyuma. Tukimaliza saa 5:30 tunakuja kuendelea. Naomba tunyanyuke mara moja kwa haraka haraka, twendeni. Naomba watu wengine watusaidie kubeba bana kama 2 za reli. Yeah. Tunaenda na zile pale. Ile aliwezi kwenda, yeah. Sawa, sawa.